Que lo que mi gente, welcome back to a brand new video. I am currently outside right now. I am in the church parking lot-ish field. So I kind of want to come outside in nature and kind of record this video for you guys because this is going to be the final video of 2026. And this is going to be una resumen del año que con todo que ha pasado, entonces yo quería hacer un video así. But I make this video because genuinely this year has been one of the hardest years of my life. And I'm not just saying that to say that whatever, like it has genuinely been really hard. But I want to talk about las bendiciones y todo eso que yo recibido primero. First thing this year is I had the opportunity, of course, to go back to my other homeland, which is La República Dominicana. I was able to be there for a little bit, and I was able to record a really good video for you guys, and I'm very grateful I was able to do that. Then, as you guys remember, I was able to go to France and to London this year, and I was able to go with my friend Mason, and we were able to, it was literally everything was out of the blue. It was not expected to happen or anything like that, but ended up happening, and I am so very grateful that I had the opportunity to be able to go down there. So one of my most viewed video on my channel was the second part, which is the interesting part to me, because honestly that was like the interlude video, but that somehow got the most amount of views. But genuinely, like, I have seen so many blessings throughout this year, and I do want to say that I am very thankful. But let me tell you guys why this year has been hard for me. I don't know what happened. I got back, well, I guess just during this year and everything, my mental health this year has been probably one of the hardest things. Again, this is not really something I really talk about because, you know, I'm still building a channel and everything. I'm still brand new to YouTube. People barely even know me on YouTube. You know, obviously I'm trying to become a YouTuber and everything and all that, but it's kind of interesting to talk about personal stuff. But this is me just talking basically to myself and reflecting on everything in a way, and to my audience, you know. But this year has genuinely been so hard. Like I don't know why it's honestly been this hard for me, but I feel like because I threw myself in such a downfall and accident that I learned what happened, and now for next year and everything, I'm ready to get back up and really just ready to just get back on that grind. I was thinking about originally, the thing that came to my mind was the story of Job from the Bible. If you guys know, yes, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Not a promotion at all to the church, whatever, but many people think, and I made a video on this, I reacted to a video. You guys probably seen it, I don't know if you have, but I reacted to a video of Zach Justice, everything, talking about, I made a video on reacting to a YouTuber with that stuff. But as someone that's a member of the Church of Jesus Christ, many people believe, not us, many people believe that we just read the Book of Mormon, or they call it the Mormon Bible, whatever. I don't know where they got that from. But we also read the Bible, right? And I'm just bringing this up for this topic that's about to happen. Man, it is really bright outside. And I can tell you guys right now that don't be convinced that it is warm. I am cold right now, okay? I have a sweater and a jacket on, just to give you an idea. It's just not snowing, but it's freaking cold. But in the Bible, right, there is the story of Job. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but if you guys haven't, let me give you a little una resumen, right? Basically, to put it really simply for you guys, Job was a person in the Bible that basically received every trial imaginable. Everything that could have been hard, everything you can imagine it, he most likely went through, right? Like every single thing. He, as I would say, he literally went through hell and back. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Jesus Christ, or God, I think it's Jehovah, I think at the time it's Jehovah of the Old Testament, I don't remember. But basically, God, we're just gonna say it like that for right now. Because, you know, he was still faithful and obedient and everything, and he went through these trials with faith. After toda la vaina que Jesucristo le echó, después de todo, he received double the blessings, which that is kind of what I see this year, and that is what I kind of hope for next year to come. I am not saying I'm gonna be receiving a ton of blessings or whatever for next year. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But genuinely this year has somehow, some way, it has brought me absolutely to my core, and it has been really difficult for me. I stopped taking my antidepressants, and after a couple weeks and everything, it really started and the reason why I stopped taking my antidepressants is because I wanted to see if I was able to execute the things I want to do without having to worry to rely on medication. It's just like a Hispanic culture thing. A lot of my audience might understand, a lot of them might not, but it's Hispanics have a really hard time believing in medication, and I don't want to over medicate myself for things I don't need. That's just personally how I see it. But I kind of just wanted to see if I can just dedicate myself to just going to the gym and doing all these things, that my mental health would be better, right? That is something that I've been trying to work on, and just going to the gym and doing all that stuff. It has been, don't get me wrong, the gym has been really beneficial, but definitely ever since I stopped taking my meds, it's been really difficult, and I've been just trying to see if I can just do a mind over body thing of me not having to worry about, taking medication, just going to the gym, doing things I love, like jugando fútbol, grabando videos, and just like making content, right? That's like the big thing. But then I also realized that this year, I feel like I've done none of the goals that I wanted to do, which is probably why year has been so hard for me, is because I realized that there's so many things I want to get to, like, for example, I had big plans to becoming a YouTuber and this and that, and I feel like most of those things I have not even accomplished yet, and it's really hard, honestly. Like, I don't know, I just realized that everything I put my mind and everything to this year, like, I haven't really disciplined myself and everything, and, I started, like, spending so much money and stuff like that, and I got myself into debt, like, even my parents and stuff are like, what the heck, like, how'd you get yourself into, like, I'm not, like, crazy in debt, but I have debts and stuff I need to pay and stuff and things like that. And it was like, my family was just like, well, how do you have this much debt? Like, you're literally like living at home and everything. And I learned myself this year that I've just been so bad with money, and I need to learn how to discipline myself and know that I am not some rich person and everything. I am some normal guy that's just trying to make it through in life. And that is something that has really impacted me, and something I've noticed. Not even that, but like this year, I feel like it's just been hard because I've been trying so hard to, like, I don't know why it is. I have a kind of depression that's this bad for me, to where I personally, like, I always, a lot of times I feel so worthless. But yes, like, a lot of times this year and everything, and I still feel this way a lot, where I feel so worthless, and I just don't feel like sometimes I'm deserving of stuff. And, like, for example, I'm someone that's so persistent, and even this, like, for stuff with, like, YouTube, like, I've been doing YouTube since I was like 12 years old and everything, but I've been switching out content all the time, like, so many different things. And it's like, I just want to stick to just making videos. It doesn't, like, try not to choose a niche and everything, and just being myself, using my personality, and just trying to grow on YouTube, because that's something I love to do. I love recording and editing videos. That's like the biggest. Football as well. Football, I love playing, but recording, editing videos, and playing football, those are my absolute biggest passions in life. Like, if it wasn't for, like, making content, then I would probably want to be like a football player. That's just my dreams and everything. But I've just realized I haven't disciplined myself, or I haven't done any of that. And ever since I, like, kind of stopped taking these medications, even if it is, like, just enough medication to, like, kind of help me cope with everything, I just realized that this year has been just so hard for me with, like, trying to find my worth. And it's something I realized that, like, I'm still trying to do. I was going out with this girl for about a month and everything, and after, like, praying about it a lot and everything, it just stopped feeling right. And I only bring this up because I kind of came to the point of realizing that more than anything right now, it's just I don't feel that worth. I feel like I want to be able to, before I, like, even go out and date again and everything, and, like, do all those things, like, the first thing I want to do is just, I want to focus on my self-worth, and I just want to focus on not feeling like I'm not worth anyone, or anyone's time, like. And I also want to just dedicate myself to, like, making videos and, like, things that I love to do, which is something, again, there's so many things I learned this year, but it's taking me so long to learn this stuff, which is unfortunate. Like, I was over here, like, for a while chasing girls and everything, trying to go do all these things, and it was just not, like, working in my favor. And then I just stopped caring. That's kind of when it came, like, some people came to me and stuff, or, like, I stopped caring, and, like, I started focusing on myself. And then afterwards, I'm just like, no, I'm not even, like, ready to go on dates and stuff right now. Like, this is just, I'm not in that mental, like, mindset to be going on dates. Like, I just want to focus on making YouTube videos, and I want to focus on growing as a creator. And I just really want to focus on, like, just me personally, just making money, and just being able to be more financially stable, like, being able to pay off my dues and everything, But it was also really hard, and I really don't know how this year has impacted me that much, but, like, I just feels like so many things have just not gone my way. And I feel like Job in this situation, where it's like anything that could go wrong is going wrong for me. And hopefully, like, I'm learning from those mistakes, learning from the things I do, so that way next year I can prepare myself, so that way I can be ready to, like, make and just change. I'm currently reading the book Atomic Habits. I'm trying to discipline myself and everything, and it's just, there's been so many things that's going on in my mind. I've had mental breakdowns, like, 3 consistent days in a row, like, this year and everything, with so many things going on. And this part, I just want to do a little quick disclaimer. I did text this person the other day just because I felt prompted to. You're gonna say it, like, in a religious way, but I felt prompted to text this person just to, like, wish them a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and everything, just because, to show I still care, and that, like, I don't hold things back. But for, like, all of summer, I was basically, for me, it felt like I was going out with this girl, right? But I was going out with this girl as I saw it. We became friends and everything, and I feel like during the summer and whatnot, we started getting to know each other a lot. I started having feelings for her and everything, and things were, I feel like, going pretty well. Then as soon as I'd come back from Las Vegas and everything, amazing trip, by the way, but it was so hard because like this girl, honestly, I couldn't stop thinking about for so long. Like after the trip and everything, like we didn't talk that much and all that. And then I know a couple weeks later, like after I helped shoot the behind the scenes for the mutual dating app, which was probably one of my favorite days this year, if I'm being honest with you. That was probably the highlight of this year, was that day when we were going to go shoot the mutual dating app. But everything this year, like after I came back a couple weeks later and everything, like everything just shifted. No more, like I didn't receive any more texts from this person, nothing. And just like out of nowhere, like that, I don't know why, that and just like school and so many things, like that just hit like in August specifically, it was so hard for me. Like I can't say this, I don't think on YouTube, but I was having very negative thoughts, if you know what I mean. I'm assuming you've probably figured out as soon as I did that. But I was literally having those thoughts this year. I want everyone to know that's watching this right now. I never plan on doing that, okay? I just want everyone to know I've had these thoughts before, and I've had a lot of these thoughts this year for everything that's just gone on, but I've never had that plan, because I do know that God has a plan for me. You know, that's like something we really believe here in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I have so many things to do, so many goals I want to accomplish, y muchas más cosas que yo quiero hacer antes de ni a pensar en una vaina así. I have so many things I want to accomplish, y tantas metas que yo tengo que, obviamente, like, I've thought about those things, but I'm never going to execute it, because not only that, pero yo sé que si yo tuviera hacer algo así, as my mom even told me, like, it would kill her on the inside. And that's something, that is a pain I don't want my mom to deal with, you know? This year's been so bad to where I've had literal mental breakdowns, and I've literally had thoughts of, it was really hard, because I remember I have a really good friend. He's like a family friend of me now. He was one of my companions in the mission. His name is Matthew. And I remember I had gone to his football match, whatever you want to call it. I had gone to his football match, and I came back, and both there and back, I was crying my eyes out, because I was just trying to leave my house and do other stuff so that I can like get my mind off of things and whatnot. But on my way to and back, I was literally bawling my eyes out, because I felt worthless. I was like, why do I have these thoughts? Like, why am I having these kinds of thoughts and everything? So many different thoughts were coming to my mind, and it was something that was really affecting me. I went to my family too, for obviously, but the first person, there's reasons I will not disclose right now, but maybe in future videos, whatnot. But I went straight to, I texted someone I consider my second dad. He's like a father figure to me. And I texted him, I'm like, hey, are you home? And he texted me, he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna pass by your house. And it's like, without even hesitate, like I didn't even say anything. I just went up to him and I started bawling my eyes out. And I told him exactly how I was feeling and everything, and just, I'm having these thoughts and whatnot. And it was really difficult. Like, when I tell you guys, this year has been one of my hardest years, like, I kid you not. Like, I have also, thankfully, gracias a Dios, literalmente, like, I have gone closer to God and everything, and I generally feel like I feel like it's really strengthened me as a person, because I feel like now, like, I remember God in these times where it's like I'm then going through absolute like hell, and it's something I realized for next year is like, what I want to realize is like, when I get out of this loop, when I feel better and everything, yo todavía quiero seguir recordando a Dios y todo lo que ha hecho por mí. That's honestly how I feel. Like, I feel like I've grown closer to him. It's been super hard for me this year. I just have to remember that everything happens for a reason. With the Chilean girl, or with this girl I was going out with for the summer, there's no hard feelings for her or anything. Like, again, that was kind of my fault as well, because she said she didn't want anything. There's a lot of things behind it, but I'm gonna obviously take the blame for it too. It generally did feel like I was in a relationship with this girl, and then she like kind of just 180 turned on me and everything. That's how it felt like to me, but I gotta remember everything else everything she told me, so I completely get it. So again, I'm not throwing any blame on her. If she watches this video, I still care so much about her. I still care about the person I just finished going out with and everything. Again, I haven't dated like very much at all this year. I've maybe gone on like 3 dates this year, tops. And yeah, like I've only really gone on like 3 dates this year. And the last one, like I recently ended it, just because we've been going out for like a month and everything, and I was just like, it just didn't feel right now, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just, yeah. But like, her watching this, if she watches this, I still obviously deeply care about her. Like, people I go out with, I still care about. Like, I'm not just that kind of guy that just, screw them like after I'm done. That's not how I work. I don't know. I just remember with the chilling girl and everything, like it really impacted me this year with her and stuff. I both learned a lot. Yeah, I just learned so much stuff like with myself and everything. With everyone I've been with this year and like kind of just like all my groups and stuff, I have learned so much. But I'm also very grateful because although I've gone through hell and back this year, I feel like, and I've like had so many mental breakdowns this year, gone to bed crying so many times this year and all that stuff. I know I've been, like I do have to remember the blessings. Like I've met so many amazing people. I've never met so many, for example, I've never met so many Dominicans in my life this year that are my age, which is amazing. I can like now associate myself with people that are my group. I've been speaking so much Spanish this year, which is why you guys see so much Spanglish on my videos. But I'm genuinely so grateful for like the people I met this year, las personas que realmente han cambiado mi vida y las personas que han quedado ahí por mí, que realmente son una gran bendición que yo tengo ahora en mi vida. Esas personas que yo sé que están ahí por mí y yo quiero que ellos puedan saber eso. Definitivamente. Realmente estoy muy agradecido y también porque I started going to a YSA award this year and everything because I want to start learning, like listening to the, the gospel and everything in Spanish with people my age. So it's been really, truly a blessing. There's been so many blessings this year, but this year has definitely just really been super difficult for me with all those things that I mentioned. Again, I care about the chilling girl and everything I went out with this year. Amazing. I still care about her deeply. I generally I texted her the other day. I was like, I really hope you're doing well, I was able to talk to her for a bit. I've learned to get past these things and stuff, but like they definitely did affect me. Like it's obviously that, like, yes, I know I felt like a relationship and everything, but that was the whole thing of like why I had these thoughts. It was just the semester happened, like just, I couldn't get her off my mind for the life of me of like, cause we would have talked every day. She would even text me and stuff, like asking me how I was. Like it generally felt so amazing with her, and everything flipped out of nowhere. It felt amazing with the other girl too for a while, and then everything just started flipping for me. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what was going on by that point with myself, but there's so many things. I still really care about those people. Again, if they're watching this video, I really hope they know that. Like, realmente yo las quiero mucho. They really have impacted me. I look like a silhouette now. Hold on, let me see if I can change my angle. I think this is a little bit better. Now the sun's like right in my head, so I have like a shadow, side shadow. But yes, you guys, that is just how this year's been. Not only that, and I know I wasn't going to talk about this, but something that did impact me, because I was working when this happened, I was not on the campus, but the whole situation that happened at Utah Valley University also definitely impacted me. I actually did, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry when that happened, just because it's not even because honestly I never really watched those things or that political stuff, but the fact that an event that went international like that happened at the school I'm attending was crazy to me. Like it's still crazy to me. But the fact that all happened at my school was something bizarre. And it was literally one of my best friends that sent me that Instagram reel saying, dude, like, do you hear what just happened at your school and everything? And it really shocked me, very much shocked me. And I was crying because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I was there, yes. Like I literally mentioned, like I was there the day before the whole thing happened. It was just crazy to think that something like that happened at all the states in the United States. It happened in Utah at my school. Like it's just, that's crazy to me. Again, this isn't really my typical kind of videos, but I kind of want to just go back to making videos and just, I want to be able to grow through my personality and the things I love to do on my channel. Just keep recording videos for you guys and going on from there. That's kind of what I want planned. I have a lot of plans. I really want to dedicate. Man, guys, like, I don't really have enough words to express how badly I want to make it on YouTube and how badly, like, I've been doing this now for so long. I feel like I've been making YouTube videos since I was 12 years old. I've been making different accounts and everything, and, I finally made this new channel that I really want to dedicate myself to, and I really just want to focus on making the best videos possible for you guys. But as I mentioned on, like, 5,000 other videos, like, I really need to discipline myself, dedicate myself, and just really show how determined I am to, become a YouTuber, and just show, like, sacrifice the things, become obsessed with this passion. Because I know it's when I become obsessed is when you guys are going to see things escalate. Because I keep saying I'm going to keep making better videos and better videos, but I don't provide the better videos for you guys, and that's also another thing for me, is I realize I haven't held myself accountable. I do better. I need to stop giving bad videos and start producing better content for you guys. And I'm so happy because of photography class, I was able to get out my comfort zone. I'm literally like in public. I usually don't even record, like, do this stuff, but I said, you know, I don't even care if people are here. Like, I just want to come out and record a video for you guys, and that's what I've been doing. No, that is how this year went for me, guys. Genuinely and honestly, like, it's been so hard, but I'm so happy that it's been this hard, because this was God putting me in my trial, so that way next year when it comes, I can be ready for whatever is to come, and really show that I'm determined y que yo realmente quiero hacer esto y quiero lograr mi meta, y por fin para que yo pueda ser un youtuber, porque eso literalmente ha sido mi sueño desde cuando yo estaba chiquito, cuando yo tenía como 2 años de edad. And now I'm going to school for all this stuff and doing all the things I want to do, and so now it's time for 2026 to come, and for me to really learn from what I did this year and become better. And yeah, it's great. But if you guys like this kind of content, let me know. I'm gonna just keep posting stuff with my personality. That's the biggest thing. I'm gonna keep making vlogs, streaming and everything for you guys, and I'm just gonna start making stuff, and I'm just gonna start posting more. Like, that's just what I gotta do. I gotta just dedicate myself and stop not thinking I cannot do it, and know that I can do it. And stop overthinking stuff and just keep posting. Just keep posting and keep posting, but keep improving every single time I post a video. That is the most important thing. So that is the thing I want to focus on. And I've even texted people that I really look up to with cinematography and with video editing and stuff. And I've told them my goals already. They even responded to me. I texted them like a whole paragraph, and I told them my goals, and they're like, yeah, all power to you. Like, you got this. They've been helping me out. So, John, Maxi, si tú estás mirando esto, realmente como que son ustedes de lo que yo estoy hablando, y realmente estoy muy agradecido por ustedes. Y you guys are, yeah, no, you guys are my big inspiration for this stuff. And I'm hoping next year I can get more video editing gigs and stuff like that, more jobs, and just do YouTube. I just want to do YouTube. My biggest dream, you know, road to 1,000 subscribers. I want to get further than that, obviously, but that's my biggest dream. But yes, you guys, that is how this year's been for me. I tell you to subscribe, but you know, that's your decision. So I would recommend it, because I want to change the game. I really do. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for all the support you guys have given me this year. And it's time to become a YouTuber next year, and it's time to start becoming a YouTuber. That's what it's time for me to do. I hope everything I was able to express well, so that way you guys can understand. But this is how this year's been hard for me, and everything I've been through this year is to prepare me for what's to come and to make me stronger, so that way next year is better for me, and so that way para que yo pueda lograr mis metas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys all on the next video. Peace out.